You see people throw money at the stock market every day, like they're feeding coins into a slot machine, while entirely ignoring the massive holes in their financial foundation, letting that cash pour straight out the bottom. We are going to fix that right now. Over the next 6 minutes, we will construct an automated, mathematically optimal wealth-building system from the ground up. To execute this plan today, you need exactly 3 things: your recent financial statements, your employer's benefits package, and a blank spreadsheet. Buying trendy stocks while carrying high-interest debt creates a mathematical drag that most people never overcome. Building wealth follows a specific sequence of operations. Get the order right, and the math works for you instead of against you. Step 1 is clarity. We define your baseline. Income minus expenses equals surplus. Assets minus liabilities equals net worth. This surplus builds wealth. You create it by capping essential living expenses at 50% of your income. The wider this gap, the faster you progress. To kickstart this process, run a 10-day spending sprint. Cut out every single non-essential subscription, takeout meal, and luxury. The goal is to rapidly harvest a cash buffer of $1,000 to $2,000. Take that cash and immediately move it into a high-yield savings account, earning 5% interest. This money stays completely isolated from the stock market, ensuring it carries exactly 0 risk. Without this buffer, a single unexpected event, like your car's engine blowing up on the way to work, will completely derail your finances. You are building a zero-risk stability fund. It sits quietly so when life hits you, you aren't forced to take on credit card debt or sell investments at a heavy loss. With your immediate cash reserve secured, we target the leaks. Any debt charging more than 8% interest is an emergency, and we must neutralize it. Now we use the debt avalanche method. You pay the minimum balances on everything to keep your accounts current, and then you funnel every single dollar of your surplus directly into the debt with the highest interest rate. Avoid buying stocks or opening a taxable investment account while holding high-interest credit card debt. This chart shows exactly why. When you compare a standard 10% return from the stock market against the 22% interest a credit card charges you, the debt consumes every penny of your gains and pulls you backward. Paying off a 22% loan guarantees a 22% return on capital. That mathematically outperforms the long-term averages of the greatest investors in history. Eliminating high-interest debt provides a guaranteed return that effectively functions as the highest yield investment available in the current market. Now that you have 0 bad debt and a fully stocked emergency fund, we initiate the tax waterfall, a strict sequence designed to shelter compounding growth from the IRS. Step 1 is capturing your employer 401k match. If your company offers a match, they are doubling your money. It is a guaranteed 100% return, so allocate enough to capture it fully. Next, the surplus overflows into an individual retirement account. You max this out up to the $7,000 annual limit to gain total control over asset choices. The third tier is the health savings account, a highly effective, underutilized loophole. It offers a triple tax advantage. Contributions go in tax-free, investments grow tax-free over time, and withdrawals are tax-free for medical care. Finally, any surplus cash you still have flows back to your 401k. You continue contributing here until you hit the maximum annual limit. By routing your money through this specific sequence, you prevent taxes from permanently stunting the mathematical power of your compound growth. We have the account set up, but an account is just a container. Now we assign the actual assets inside them, dedicating exactly 25% strictly to growth. This chart outlines the ideal portfolio. You build the foundation by allocating 60% of that money into a broad U.S. stock index fund. You are buying tiny slices of the largest, most profitable companies in the country. To capture global corporate growth and diversify your risk, the next 30% goes into an international index fund, covering established companies across Europe, Japan, and Canada. You complete the portfolio by allocating the final 10% to a bond fund. Bonds are generally less volatile than stocks, providing necessary stability when the broader markets swing downward. Go into your brokerage app right now and configure automatic transfers for these exact percentages, timed to trigger the moment your paycheck lands. Long-term wealth comes from engineering a system that buys the entire market consistently, month after month, rather than trying to guess which individual stock might win next. Look at the structure you just built. You have a fortified cash emergency fund, zero toxic debt, and a highly tax-optimized portfolio running silently in the background. Every dollar has a specific job. Once the system locks into place, it operates automatically, compounding your wealth every time a paycheck hits. Because the execution is automated, your job is to stop monitoring your investments. You take all that freed up mental energy and apply it to solving bigger problems in your career or business to increase your active income. And as that income grows, take the final 10% of your earnings and put it into a joy jar. Spend it entirely on guilt-free experiences, vacations, and rewards for yourself and your family. Strategic wealth management removes the stress of money problems, providing the space to actually live your life instead of just funding your survival.